Y'all ready for this?
Alright guys, I'm back. And I know y'all wondering what all of this here is about. But I'm getting ready to get into it right now. I've been doing some Google searches tonight because I wanted to see how many amps my bus bars can handle. So I did some Google searches and I found out from several different places on Google, they said that the solid copper bus bars will handle more amps than a stranded wire will. This stranded wire will handle less amps than this copper bus bar. They said the reason why they use stranded wire is because of the vibration, and the wire needed to move a little bit, be flexible. Especially if you got it on like a robotic arm, the wire needs to be able to move with the robotic arm, which a solid piece can't. So that's the reason why they go with stranded wire, so it can move and bend and you can run it around a corner or take it, all different types of stuff like that. But basically, when I was on there, I wanted to figure out, well, how can I find out how many amps is this? I know on these right here, they got it wrote on the wire. Like this wire right here came out of here. This is number 2. Number 2 is rated for 150 amps. These two over here came out of this one and this one. And this is number 4 wire, and it's rated for 70 amps. So, I wanted to find out what this bus bar was rated at. So, what I found out was, they said that you can weigh it to see how much copper is in it compared to how much copper is in the wire. So, I cut the wire open so I can weigh it. Let's start off with my bus bar. That's my bus bar there. It's flashing back and forth between 3 and 2 1/4 ounces. So let's just say, I'm just going to use the lower end. This is 2 3/4 of an ounce. This here's the bus bar that came out of the Nissan Leaf. Same length as mine. Same length. Put it on there. It weighs 2 1/2 ounces. So it's fair to say that the bus bar I'm using is handling more amps than the bus bar that was in the Nissan Leaf battery, because this got more copper than this one here. So this one got more copper than this one that came out of the Nissan Leaf battery. Now let's find out what the amp that it can handle. Let's start off with this one here. We got the number 4. We're going to lay that number 4 on there and see what it's weighing. 1 ounce. This right here can handle 70 amps. So 70 amps from this, and this weighs 2.75 ounces. This way 1. 2.75, 1. 70 amps. So we know that this can handle at least 70 amps. Let's do this. Two 1/4. 2.25 ounces. So 2 1/4 ounces. Add both of these together, that'll come up with 140 amps. this still weighs a 1 1/4 more than this. So if this at 1 amp, this at 1 ounce can handle 70 amps, and this here is 1 1/4 ounces heavier than this right here. That's 140. That would be 70. So that means it's more than 3 of these. So that's over 200 amps that they claiming that this can handle, according to this, because 170 times 3, do the math. Let's move on. This is number 2 wire. 2 ounces. So number 2 wire is 2 ounces. Number 2 wire can handle 150 amps. So if this can handle 150 amps, and this right here is 3/4 of an ounce heavier than this, I would say that would put that close to 200 amps, especially when they say that a piece of solid copper can handle more amps than stranded AWG wire. This ain't me saying this. This came from Google. Google is saying this. So I think I found out my answer. These bus bars that I'm using is capable of handling 200 amps. Now, if I'm wrong, chime in down here at the bottom and let me know, because I'm trying to figure this out myself, and I don't know. I'm going off of what they told me on Google. I got this from several different sites, and anybody that knows how to calculate this stuff, come in here and let me know, am I right or am I wrong? But according to what they telling me, this is good. And this is 1/2 inch thick wall water pipe that's been smashed that you can get at Home Depot. And from what I'm calculating, this will handle 200 amps. So, let's move on. Copper. 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 All of this is copper. So if this weighs more than any of these, and this right here is standard in a Nissan Leaf battery, I think I'm more than adequate with these running it on my system. Now, for people that's running aluminum, I found out some stuff for y'all too. Alright guys, this is the aluminum. It's 1 inch, and it's 1 inch wide, and it's 1/8 of an inch thick. I didn't have a whole piece, so this equals the length of this here. Let me lay it up here so you don't think, people don't think that it's pretty close. So this weighs 1.75 ounces. So if this weighs 1.75 ounces, it's said that aluminum can't handle the current that copper can handle. And for you, if you're using aluminum, you have to have twice as much as this. So this was 2.75. So you would have to have about 5 ounces of copper, the same length but just thicker, 5 ounces of this to equal the amps that this will handle. So you have to have twice as much weight of aluminum to handle what this piece here is handling, and this is 2.75 ounces. So 2.5 and 2.5 is 5, so that's 5.5 ounces that this will have to weigh for it to handle as much current as this piece of copper here. So if you are using aluminum, you need twice as much to handle what that water pipe, 1/2-inch thick wall water pipe, will handle. So these here were $20 for an 8-foot length. These here are like $13, and that's for a 10-foot length. So you're getting way more bang for your buck smashing the water pipe, flattening it out, drilling it out, than going to buy this aluminum and using this aluminum, because this is actually cheaper and it's going to handle way more current than this aluminum will. That's just what I found out today. I'm putting it out in the video. Anybody that knows better, more than what I know, come in and tell me if I'm wrong or right. This is what I'm getting off of Google. Y'all have a good night.